In just 15 months, Pakistan's per capita debt, which is the amount of debt a country owes per citizen, increased by 50,000 rupees. That's a 28% increase between June 2021 and September 2022. Wondering why? Well, according to data revealed in debt policy statement submitted to the parliament, Pakistan's public debt in the same period rose by 28% or 11.3 trillion rupees to 51.13 trillion rupees. Now, this hike wasn't due to additional debt inflows for economic growth, but mainly because of policy decisions like devaluation of the rupee and raising interest rates. The total public debt stood at 39.87 trillion rupees by June 2021, which increased to 49.19 trillion rupees by June 2022, showing an increase of 9.3 trillion rupees. It further rose to 51.13 trillion rupees by September 2022. The Fiscal Responsibility and Debt Limitation Act threshold was thus violated by a big margin. Consequently, Pakistan's public debt to GDP ratio rose from 71.5% in June 2021 to 73.5% by June 2022. This was mainly due to adverse exchange rate movement on account of the depreciation of the rupee against foreign currencies, which stood at around 5% of the GDP. In the same vein, the country's per capita debt also increased from 175,625 rupees per person in June 2021 to 225,247 rupees in September 2022. Now, let's talk about external debt, which stood at $88.8 billion in June 2022 after witnessing a net increase of $2.4 billion during the fiscal year. Pakistan's overall debt from multilateral and bilateral sources increased by $2.4 billion. The country also raised $1 billion through tap issuance of a multi-tranche transaction of 5, 10 and 30-year Eurobonds. It also got $300 million worth of commercial loans. Pakistan reduced debt amounting to $700 million through non-resident investments in government securities, Naya Pakistan certificates, and Pakistan Banao certificates. The gross external disbursement during 2021-2022 fiscal year amounted to $16.2 billion against external debt repayments of $11 billion. The share of external debt in total public debt increased from 34% in 2022-2021 fiscal year to 37% in the financial year ending in June 2022. This was attributable to exchange rate rather than excessive external borrowings.